We begin in Israel, which may be on the brink of another war. Israel has been bombing targets in Lebanon and in the Gaza Strip. This after rockets were fired into Israel from both locations. And as always, opinion is sharply polarized on who is to blame for all of this. Israel and its supporters point to the rockets and say that Israel is under attack. But critics of Israel highlight the bombing raids, the humanitarian situation in the Gaza Strip, and also the police raids on Al-Aqsa earlier this week. So to help you get some perspective, let me start by recalling all that's happened this week. On Tuesday, Israeli police stormed the Al-Aqsa Mosque. Why? The answer depends on whom you ask. Israel says that security forces were forced to enter the prayer halls because some masked agitators barricaded themselves inside the mosque. They point to an agreement that worshippers cannot stay inside the mosque overnight during Ramadan. The worshippers, though, tell another story. Soon, videos emerged showing Israeli police beating worshippers inside the mosque. Now, let's just put all of this into perspective. This is where Al-Aqsa is located in Jerusalem's old city. This mosque is the third holiest site in Islam. The compound within which Al-Aqsa is located is incidentally also the most sacred site in Judaism. The Jews call it Temple Mount. This highly sensitive compound is governed by a long-standing status quo, under which only Muslims are allowed to worship inside Al-Aqsa. Non-Muslims only have visiting rights. They can't worship there. Now, Al-Aqsa has been at the heart of numerous clashes over the years, but a clash during the holy month of Ramadan is always likely to spill beyond the compound. As it did in this case too. Protesters took to the streets of Gaza, many burning tires and attacking the police. Others organized a sit-in. Soon after, rockets were fired into Israel from the Gaza Strip. Many of these rockets then intercepted by Israel's Iron Dome. In parts of Israel, the sky lit up, and on the ground, there was fear. Take a look.
Wow, مطرف.
And if you know anything about Israel, it of course was not going to sit idle. The country got its fighter jets airborne and struck strategic targets in Gaza. The Israeli army released this video. An escalation of tension between Israel and Palestine during Ramadan was bound to put the entire neighborhood on high alert. Why, you ask? Well, essentially because of what happened 2 years ago in 2021. A very similar clash at Al-Aqsa during Ramadan triggered a war. It began on the 10th of May. And the ceasefire then only came into effect on the 21st of May. In between, some 256 people died in the Gaza Strip. 14 people died in Israel. Among them, incidentally, was an Indian national. So can the current clash trigger a similar situation? Turkey and Saudi Arabia among the first countries to step forward and condemn the raids, with Riyadh going to the extent of saying the clashes are detrimental to the peace process. But those strong words did not have too much of an impact on the ground, because late on Wednesday night, the Israeli police entered the Al-Aqsa compound once again. Why? To evacuate worshippers, the IDF says. The Israeli police says there were youngsters who'd brought rocks and firecrackers into the mosque, and they had then barricaded themselves. The police reportedly used stun grenades and rubber bullets. And these images of what was happening inside the compound then began to go viral, not just in Israel, not just in the Middle East, but across the world. The worshippers reportedly retaliated by hurling objects at the police. Clashes broke out. The Palestinian Red Crescent says 6 people were injured. The police say 2 of their officers were injured too. And Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu pointing the finger at, quote, extremists, unquote. He says the extremists are to be blamed for what happened. But who's really buying Netanyahu's narrative? Well, not too many, to be frank. Protests broke out as far as Turkey, with people gathering outside the Israeli mission out there. And protests in other parts of the Middle East as well. These protests, for example, taking place in Jordan.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.